What I want everybody that's watching this to realize is this. When you have children, they become your why, not your why not. Your children become your why, not your why not. Now, what do I mean by that? Everything you do, you should be doing to build a legacy for your children, but you should not be using your children as an excuse not to build a legacy for them. So, what's up, family? How y'all doing? My name is Antonio.
My name is Briana.
And we are
the Levison.
As you can see, today we have our Mother's Day special, and it is featuring none other than these three delightful, annoying children of ours. So, one by one, starting from oldest to youngest, introduce yourselves.
My name is Antonio.
My name is Brooklyn. I'm Tootie.
Oh, you Tootie?
Tootie.
What's your real name? What's your name?
Tootie.
Tootie what? Arian.
So, today we wanted to bring our kids on, one, because they've been begging us for the past 7 weeks that we've been doing shows, especially this one.
They've
been begging us. And we have a series of questions that they don't even know about that we have coming real soon in the show. But first thing we want to do is we want you to go like, subscribe, and share our content on YouTube, Facebook Live. Do us a favor, help us grow, help us reach more couples and more families so we can so we can accomplish our goal and mission, and that's to help thousands of families grow their love, grow their bond, and just be better people.
Why you gonna lean on me though?
So, first things first, the oldest one. Who's your favorite parent?
Who your favorite parent?
I don't know.
Think wisely.
You got 3 seconds to answer, or you get kicked out the house.
Both? Can I say both?
Nana just gave you a hint. That don't count. All right, Brooklyn, who your favorite parent? Mommy or daddy?
I'm sorry, Daddy, but I'll go with Mommy.
Hey, give me some.
Oh, your mother's
Give
your
me
favorite.
some. Okay.
When did you gonna do that like your daddy?
No, you can't do that now. And bye. Tootie, who your favorite parent? Mommy or daddy?
Daddy.
I want my Reese cups back that I just bought at the store.
What we're going to do today is we're going to talk about, of course, children and marriages. Why children can be beneficial and why sometimes children can hinder a marriage from growing, especially in the youth early stages, and not only a marriage, but your adulthood. Because that's what we did. We had 3 children in our 20s. We were married in our 20s. We had kids pretty much fresh out of high school. Got married fresh out of high school. So you are looking at the product of 10 years of growth. You're looking at the product.
13.
Oh yeah, 13
I
years
dealt
of
with
growth.
you way before we was married.
And you're looking at our legacy. So, without further ado, let's get this show on the road.
Mommy, I'm done.
So,
You done?
in your lifetime, in you guys' lifetime, what has been the hardest thing when it came to being children of your mother and father? Sit down, boy.
He said he's done.
You ain't done. Sit down. I got you in the contract for a whole hour.
So what
You
has
ain't
been
even
the hardest thing for you, Tony?
Him making me work out for hours.
You making him
3
work out
hours, actually.
3 hours.
Am I making you work
Okay.
out, or do you do it?
No. Don't try to go against his answer. Brooklyn, what about you? What has been the hardest thing that you've had to deal with ever?
Well, every time that a brother goes to Chasing Jay's house, I feel left alone.
Okay.
That's tough. Tootie, what's the hardest part about being
2.
my son? What?
What? What's hard? What's hard, Judy?
He said B.
B.
Yeah.
What do B got to do with this?
What's hard? What's hard for you, Tootie?
B.
Brother something? Yep, I agree.
Yeah, I agree too.
I agree.
Especially since I'm just forcing you to go work out.
I know. I don't. Yeah. All right. What has been the best thing that you have experienced since being alive?
Sit down.
You remember that when we do holidays and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
And do you also remember that time we went to the water park when I was like 6?
For your birthday?
That was your birthday.
And you was like 2.
He wasn't 2.
No, cause
He was 2.
2.
Brooklyn wasn't born yet.
Yeah, I was pregnant with Brooklyn. It was 2013.
Yeah.
Was it the water park?
Yeah, it was like the.
That was your birthday for your birthday? We went to Great Wolf Lodge for your birthday.
No.
Who went with us?
What water park did you go to?
I don't remember the name.
For holiday? You got.
No, not for a holiday. It was a normal day. It was the water park.
That Daddy wasn't with us. It was me, you, and Brooklyn, and Auntie Isis.
Oh yeah, that is.
And that's around the corner. The end of the water park.
Oh, so your most fondest memory
No,
don't got me in.
No.
Yet again.
No, it was no.
Yet again, you just exiling Daddy.
No, it wasn't. It was the one
that.
I was talking about. It was the one I was talking about. Us two.
Oh, on your birthday. When we went to Great Wolf Lodge.
Oh, so you're not bringing me to the
Was it when we were Uncle Terry?
And Auntie Rachel.
Auntie Rachel?
Yeah, I was pregnant.
You
was with me. You was just in my belly.
Yeah, that was for your birthday. We went to Great Wolf Lodge.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fun story with that, but we'll tell that another day because that was rough.
Now, what about Tootie? What about you? What's the best fun you've had?
Field.
Going to the field?
Yeah.
Watching football?
Oh, I remember
because
mine.
we always at the field.
I remember mine.
Was the field?
You was watching Tony at the field?
I remember mine.
Okay.
Spending time with my family. Like Christmas, Valentine's Day.
Okay, like what did we do though? Like,
give us an event.
Right.
For Christmas, you give us presents.
All right.
You goofy.
She's so silly. Okay.
Family members.
If you didn't live with mommy and daddy, who would y'all live with? Who would you want to live with?
Okay, I have 2 answers.
You can think wherever you want to go.
Oh, I got 2. What's it called? Auntie Rachel and
Wow, brother.
What's it called?
Terry.
Uncle Terry or Chase and Jen.
Why?
Look at Nana.
Ooh,
You forgot all about that.
Oh, never mind. Not Chase and Jen. Nana, Grammy, and
Papa Lair.
What about you, Brooke?
John Janae
John Janae house.
Nana, Papa Blair, and Auntie Mook's house.
And Auntie Mook's house.
Yes.
Okay.
Where you want to live to?
TT. Hey, you go.
Which TT? TT Ashley or TT Mook or TT Jade?
Or TT Molly.
TT
Monica.
Mommy right here.
Mommy right here.
So let's dig into the meat and potatoes. Us being married so young and having children so young. How much harder did that make getting to where we at now?
Oh, extremely hard. Because one, I didn't want kids. They know, my kids know, I did not want no kids. My mom helped raise not only my sisters and brothers, but also she helped raise all my cousins. And it's a lot. It's a lot. And I seen all the things that she had to do with my nieces and nephews. I seen all that. I ain't want no kids. I want to live my best life. Okay?
Wow,
my
Mom.
best one. Why are you saying wow? You know this story.
I wanted a parent though.
You want
At least.
How did you know you wanted a parent?
She
if you
right.
wasn't even alive?
Well, since
So,
you done told me that now.
having kids was okay. Having Tony was the easiest, I should say. But when we lived in Virginia was not about. They didn't care about families. All they cared about was the military. They knew
they didn't really care about the military. They cared
they cared
how much
money. Correct. So caring about the military. You done?
Yeah.
Not yet.
You want some of that?
You want some on daddy lap? So, the Virginia was not good to us as a family. Virginia taught us so much. It taught us about the struggle. Everybody cared about was, are you a military wife? And the military also was like, I don't really care about your family all like that. Like, I need you here. I need you right now. No matter the circumstances, it's the duty of the military. You got to go wherever you got to go. When they say go, they can say, they only need to give you, 24-hour notice? 48-hour notice?
24 to 48.
24 to 48, and things change just like that. And it happened multiple times. So that was the hard part of being away from family and having kids. Let's tell that. Let's just start from the beginning. After the labors, all 3 labors.
Oh, we get some labor stories.
Yeah, let's get some labor stories.
So let's go with Tony's first.
All right.
Or you want to go with the most recent?
No, let's go to Tony's. We're gonna work our way up. So I was having Braxton Hicks, but didn't know. So for the week before, we went to see a Kevin Hart show, which was an accident because it was in Richmond. We lived in Newport News, which is about an hour, hour plus. Went there. I was laughing so hard, I thought I was going into labor. So, and I was like, no, he got to stay in until Nana get down here. I'm not pushing without Nana. So we end up going back home, and all week I felt tired, but then I get a burst of energy. And at that time, I didn't know it was nesting.
Somebody sleepy.
So I on that Sunday, I told Tony, I was like, at the time my favorite food was Chipotle, and I liked everything spicy. So we walked around at the time the Hampton Town Center. I got my Chipotle. We came home. Sorry, close your ears. We had grown-up time. And then Tony had made me mad. Oh, y'all can open them. Tony had made me mad a few days before, like 2 days before. And I said, all right, next time you go to sleep and you piss me off, I'm going to wake you up and say my water broke, and it really ain't going to be broke. If anybody know Tony, he loved his sleep at that time. So Sunday, after we did our walk, I had my Chipotle nice and spicy, had a grown-up time, laid out, and we went to sleep. So in the middle of the night, about 12 o'clock, like 11:45 to 12 o'clock, I had to use the bathroom. So I go upstairs, I use the bathroom. And I'm just peeing, and I can't stop peeing. So finally slowed down. I'm like, oh my God, I thought I've been doing my Kegels, but something broke. Then, it finally slowed down, finally stopped. So then I walked down the stairs, and I'm like not even halfway down the stairs, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm peeing on myself again. Like, nobody told me that I was going to pee on myself. I'm grown. There's no way I can be peeing on myself. So as I'm getting to go back to the bathroom, Grandma, the top of the stairs was our bedroom, and you make a right, and it was the bathroom and then another bedroom. So Grandma was laying in our bed. So she say, girl, what is wrong with you? I said, Grandma, I got to pee again. I was like, I think I'm peeing on myself. She said, girl, your water done broke. I said, you sure? She gonna say, Briana, yes, go tell Tony. Get the bag. I said, okay. I come downstairs, Big Tony is asleep. So I hit him on the head. I said, get up, we gotta go. My water just broke. He gets up slow and gonna say, stop playing, and lay back down. I hit him again. I said, get up, my water broke, for real. So he get up, he's like, so he hops up, and now he like, all right, what we gotta do? I said, before we do anything, I'm going to take a shower. I'm up here peeing on myself. I'm going to take a shower. I better stop. So I took a shower, and I had to get some towels because Tony didn't want me to pee on his seats, his Capri seats. So he buffed me up with some towels, and we get there. We get in the room.
And if you know Capri, just put a heart, just put some heart emojis in the joint. If you know Capri.
He
Capri
want
was
me to pee on his seats.
Capri was special. That was my baby.
So we get to the place. At this time, I'm young. Nobody ever told me you need to go natural. You need to try. Everything that I've always known was epidural. So I get there, the nurse come in. I said, I want an epidural. I wasn't even in pain yet. But she was like, so they checked me. I was like, oh yeah, your water definitely broke. You're about 6 centimeters or something like that. So I said, oh, okay. So they finally come. They get the epidural. And it's Tony and Grandma in the room. They got people on the phone going back and forth. So I'm laying in the bed, and the lady come, and she got to draw my blood. She missed it the first time. Remind y'all, I'm high as a kite. All I hear is Grandma gonna say, "What is you doing?"
Oh yeah.
I said, Grandma, she drawing my blood.
Grandma
she said, "What is she doing? She done did it stuck you multiple times." All right. And then the lady got one more time, so that's why I got this mark right here. Grandma saved my life.
Grandma said you got one more time to stick around with getting somebody else. I said, oh my God.
Here we go. And I'm high as a kite, and I'm like, Jesus.
God.
They gonna mix up my blood with somebody on purpose. They gonna switch my baby.
They about to kick us out.
So then
they about to kick us out. We out
it's
here.
like, remind you, I didn't realize I was in labor for 13 hours, but it just went by. It went by quick for me. So I was in there pressing the button, the epidural button. I just kept pressing it. Nobody told me to slow down. No, I was just pressing it. You gave me the button. You told me to press it. I'm gonna press it. I followed directions. So 129. So they tell me it's time to push. I'm too high to push. First of all, that's not smart. It's just not smart. So they come in there and it's time for me. I'm 10 centimeters. I'm all that good stuff. So they tell me hold my leg. So Tony look at me and I would look at Grandma on the other side. I'm like, all right, here we go. So they're like, push. And I'm like making the faces like I'm pushing, but I am not pushing, y'all. I remember this day like no
she wasn't
other.
Pushing at all.
I was not pushing at all because I was too high.
Tony was stuck.
I was too high.
Tony had got stuck.
Yep, he got stuck in the and by the time he came out, he was purple.
Yes, he was.
So they end up calling.
He was gone.
He crying, everybody crying, and I'm up here high as a kite.
She
like
what's
all
wrong?
I heard,
She
like I heard.
wrong?
So he came out.
Wrong?
He made a very little noise, and it was very faint. I heard the faint.
I ain't hear that.
So, but I seen that he was purple. I'm like, all right. And Tony crying. Tony don't never ever cry.
Grandma was crying.
Tony crying. Mook on the phone. They got Mook on the phone. They got Mama Levison on the phone. Who else? Y'all had somebody else on the phone. Tania was on the phone. And everybody praying, and I'm just like, I want my baby, but I'm also high, so I know I can't go nowhere, but like, whatever. So another doctor came in, and next thing you know, you start hearing him crying, and all you hear is, thank you, Jesus.
Oh my God.
Everybody said, thank you, Jesus. The phone, speakers, everything. Brooklyn. So, I was like, I want to name her. Remind you, I'm high as a kite. I'm going into labor. We had her first name.
Oh, the middle name.
We didn't decide. So Brooklyn's middle name, she was named after both of her grandmothers. And I wanted to show tribute to their grandparents because I showed tribute to his grandfather. So it was I felt, in my mind, I felt like it was only right. So Brooklyn middle name is her grandmother's middle name, Brooklyn Lynetta Lee Levison.
You know how Brooklyn got the name Brooklyn? How did we come upon
She
it?
loves Hello Brooklyn.
Yeah, when we was, and that's how we decided because we was trying to figure out what to name her. We had two names. It was Brooklyn and Harmony.
Harmony.
Yeah. Those are the two names that was it. We was Brooklyn and Harmony. So we was like, man, we need to figure out which name. One day we was in the car and Hello Brooklyn by Jay-Z featuring Lil Wayne. Hello Brooklyn came on the radio and she started kicking like crazy. And she was kicking and when the song went off, she stopped kicking and we looked at each other and said, her name is Brooklyn. Mm-hmm. And then every time from that point on, when that song played, we used to just play it. Uh-huh. She used to kick. She used to roll like and kick every time. Like and then when the song go off, she'd stop kicking.
Me?
Yeah.
Now, if you was around Briana for Brooklyn's pregnancy, you know that Brooklyn really didn't kick that much. She didn't, huh? No, I'm saying Brooklyn didn't move that much.
Yeah.
Like Brooklyn just stayed up under Brianna's ribs.
Oh,
That's it. She just sat up on her ribs. So if Brooklyn was moving, it was for a reason. So
I played that song so much just to get a breather.
Yeah. So when we figured out that was gonna be her name, and we listened to the music, we knew that this one was gonna be a special child.
Remember when the day I gave birth to her? What you made me do?
Oh yeah. So all right, listen. This wasn't my fault.
It was your fault.
I was reading this. So listen. So we went to Langley Air Force Base to have her, right, in Hampton, Virginia. So we get to the place where we.
This was the day before. No, 2 days before.
2 days before. We go to the regular. We go to the regular door that we regularly go in for the visits, but it's after hours. So they tell us to walk to the emergency room, but they say the emergency room is on the right hand side,
which it was.
So it was, but it was not the right hand side that we was looking at. If we had to turn around,
no. Get to the point where you made me walk that
we walked the
hospital outside, pregnant with contractions.
And it was real hot and muggy. For it to be October, it was very hot
because it was getting ready to storm.
And very muggy. And
so
it had already stormed because
it stormed on her birthday.
No, it stormed the day before because remember I was on my bike and my phone got water damage and you couldn't call me while I was at FedEx.
That was that weekend. That was that weekend.
I can tell you.
No, I gotta finish telling my story. So then the 8th came, and it's my doctor's appointment. Tony, this is when Tony was on his motorcycle and was always late because he thought he was gonna be speed demon coming from where he was working at Williamsburg to Langley Air Force Base
in Hampton. So
he thought he was he always missed the last few appointments. He missed them. He would pull up as I'm walking out, and I was already mean. I was so mad, like, you stupid. I should kick this bike all down. Anyway.
But I'd take her to Chipotle. No.
Anyway.
It wasn't Chipotle.
Yes, it was.
It was Chipotle.
It was Chipotle.
I'd take her to Chipotle.
No.
And she'd be all right.
No,
Chipotle was with Tony. Red Lobster was
you had the cravings because that's when you gained all that weight. You was eating all the candy.
Oh, yeah,
I had the cravings with him. Anyway, so I'm at my doctor's appointment and the doctor's like, well, you 6 centimeters. No, you 5 or 6 centimeters now, so you can just go upstairs to labor and delivery. I was like, all right, but I need to get in contact with my husband first, and his phone messed up.
And I was in the field.
And he was in the field. And she was like, all right, but let me tell you now, the minute you go upstairs, you cannot eat anymore. Wink, wink. I said, oh, sis, you ain't got to tell me twice. I'm about to go eat. So I leave. So I called the quarterdeck, and I told him, like, all right, we getting ready to... Like, I'm in labor, and I need to get in contact with my husband. So, it was Corvana. She was like, okay, you okay? I was like, yeah, just tell him I'm going to go home, and I'll meet him at home, and we can come together. So, we ain't got to drive 2 cars. She was like, all right, you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. So, I had hung up.
Panicking.
She called.
She usually be on here.
So, I go, and I went to Wendy's.
And I went to the hospital.
Because he didn't call me yet. He was supposed to call me, go to the quarterdeck, call me first, and we was going to get this plan.
And I flew, too. I think I did.
Let me tell you.
I did like 110 all the way to the
hospital. I went to Wendy's.
I was flying.
I balled out at Wendy's. I went home, and I started cleaning.
And she ain't even eat the food. The food was on the dining room.
I just got the urge. I was like, all these people going to be at my house after I have her. Remind you, I ain't got no friends. I ain't had no friends. I was mean. I ain't had no friends. So I'm cleaning up and stuff. He called me. I'm all out of breath because I've been cleaning. He gonna say, "Where is you at, babe?" That one just went off. He say, "Where is you at?" I'm like, "I'm at home." Then she tell you I was going home. He's like, "No." She said, "Are you staying there?" I was like, "Yeah," because I'm cleaning.
And this is when she starts whining.
I'm cleaning. He comes home. We have grown up. I was like, I just want to make sure I'm already there when I get there.
That's time number 2. We done had grown up and then popped out.
Yeah. So grown up, and then we go back to the hospital. Finally together, go back to the hospital, and they're like, "All right, you're about 8 centimeters. almost 8 centimeters. Do you want the epidural? I'm like, yeah, I want the epidural. So this is when I had to pee, right? I had to get up and pee. And Tony is so, like, I don't know if he gets nervous when he's in the room with me or something. When I'm about to deliver, he think he's so funny. It drives me nuts. And like, he had this cologne on, it just irritated my skin. So as I'm having contractions and going to the bathroom, and Tony just keep busting jokes, and it just pissing me off.
Oh, that was some good jokes too. They was some good jokes.
Pissing me off so bad, and I'm like, and I just wanted to kick him out the room, but I was like, if I kick him out, I'm gonna have to do this by myself. So finally come, and I do about three, 4 good pushes, and she came. My beautiful baby came out.
You missed out the part where your water broke while you was walking to the bathroom.
Oh no.
You was
I was walking.
They was getting ready to induce her because Brooklyn was already a day late. They was getting ready to induce her. Like 3 minutes before the doctor walked into the room, she went to the bathroom and said, "I gotta pee and I can't hold it." Before she got to the door, her water just broke. And it was just everywhere, and she was like, "Hey, it won't stop. It won't stop." The nurse was like, "Just go sit on the toilet." "But it won't stop." "Babe, go sit on the toilet." "Who gonna clean this up? Who gonna clean this up?" And the nurse like, "I got it." She's like, "Go sit on the toilet."
Look at Brooklyn like, what is it, pee?
Kind of something.
It's something like it. It's the fluid that holds the baby in the stomach.
That's still disgusting.
It's
So
still
she
disgusting.
pushed. Brooke came out.
And the nurse said all this stuff, like she had like this white particular stuff on her face, and she was like all over her body. She was like, every baby, I've been doing this for 40 something years, every baby that has come out like that, they end up having the most beautiful skin. The most beautiful skin. When I say my baby came out, she was a China doll. I knew that was my baby. She's so beautiful. She was everybody kept, she was my white baby. She was the lightest. She the darkest one now, but she was the whitest one then. She came out, she was so white, and she was just so perfect, and she just laid with me. And I remember the first time that they met. All them
compliments.
Brooklyn was crying and crying and crying, and Tony went to go get little Tony, and he just got straight into brother mode. Like, he came in, and she immediately stopped crying. He said, "Stop crying." And he didn't talk much. And Brooklyn instantly stopped crying, and she started smiling. I even have a picture of it. Remember the picture she was holding? She was smiling.
That's why I love my brother.
The child that we question.
Tootie,
is a
let me tell you,
or a real person, because he ain't regular.
Let me tell you, I had in 2015, I had some of the biggest scares of my life. I was told that I was a few weeks away from having a stroke. Oh, excuse me. I had fluid on the brain. I had to get spinal taps monthly. I was told I had one stage away from having cervical cancer. Yeah, that was the worst year of my life. 16? That was 2015. That was when we moved here. And once we moved here, everything just like hit. So I the next year, like, I was having issues with multiple different things, and then they told me that the medication I was on and where I was in that stroke and possibly having cervical cancer, that it was a very strong possibility that I would never have any more kids.
And even though it was sad, we was like, "Yeah, we don't need no more."
Right. But then I was like,
two's a company, three's a crowd.
2000. So then 2016, that was 2015. 2016, me and Tony looked at each other like, we ain't about to give him that benefit of the doubt. So we tried. We literally only tried to have a kid. October. We literally only tried to have a kid to prove the doctor wrong. Yep. That's the only reason why we tried to have a kid, to prove the doctor wrong. We ain't do it because we just wanted to have one so we could say, you stupid. You know what you're talking about. Because every 3 to 4 months, I had to go back to the doctor, and they had to recheck my cervix and all that stuff and do all these scans. So every time I went, that's what they were saying. And they kept saying it and kept saying it.
Whatever, Jermaine.
So in October 2016, I was like, babe, like, you want to have another baby because you keep loving on me the way you loving on me. You want to have another baby. And he was like, yep. let's do it. So we tried.
Now, hold on. Now, mind you, at first I was just playing. She was like, no, I'm serious. I'm like, you want to have a baby? Or like you want to get another dog like type of baby? She's like, no, I want a baby with 2 feet, 2 arms, and 5 fingers. I said, oh. All right, well, guess we have another kid, huh?
So we tried and tried and tried and tried.
2016.
So in October 2017, on our anniversary, we looked at each other like, all right, we ain't trying no more.
Whatever.
We laid in that bed, we ain't trying no more. And then that Thanksgiving, Tony family came down and we had a ball. We was drinking, we was playing games all night. We had the best Thanksgiving ever.
That was a real good Thanksgiving.
Ever. Like it was
neighbors
great.
Came over.
We had a good
I had a hangover.
Time. Dre.
That was the first time Dre drunk with us.
What's his name?
Ashton came.
Ashton
was there.
We had
that was
it was a great time. It was just good vibes.
And I think that's the first Thanksgiving we really hosted.
Yeah.
Oh,
so then, on Thanksgiving, Brooklyn and we always do our Christmas gifts. I mean, they do their Christmas list. So on both of their Christmas lists at the top, they said we want Santa to bring a baby brother in a box. So then Tony was like, that's past. That's past.
They ain't getting this
so
present.
Then I just wasn't feeling good. I was like, something just don't feel right. So I took 2 pregnancy tests, and the minute I peed on it said I was pregnant. I was like, oh my, like we tried for that whole year to the point where the people at Rite Aid knew me by heart. And when I came in there, they was like, oh, Miss Levison, we just stocked up on the pregnancy test.
Yeah, we was trying to get pregnant. We was trying to troll. We went to BJ's and bought them by the bulk.
Mm-hmm.
It was like the baby wouldn't come.
Mm-hmm.
We tried. We was trying to have a baby, but I guess at that point it wasn't our time to have one.
Yeah. So
it wasn't our time to have one. So we ended up
when we stopped trying.
As soon as we said we stopped trying, we don't too much care.
That's when we conceived.
Yeah, that next weekend we laid in the bed. That was like the first time we laid in the bed.
On that Sunday.
All day
long.
Like we laid in the bed all day long, and we were.
Jamal was telling him to bring it.
We were grown ups for all day long too.
Yeah.
And then like a couple weeks later, she found out. She said she wasn't feeling good. She said take a pregnancy test, and I said why? You're not pregnant, but you can take it anyway.
Right.
So I was actually at a house showing. I was with Vince. If Vince on here, I don't know if you remember this. I left the house showing with Vince, and she sent me a picture, and it said it was a picture of a pregnancy test, and it was pregnant. And I was like, what? And so I called her. I said, whose test is that? She was like, stop playing. That's my test. I said, no. Whose test is that? She said, nigga, we pregnant. I said, oh, we pregnant. So I was like, oh, okay. We got the little thing popping. So we ended up finding out she was pregnant.
The very next day, I went on my second interview with OSMC.
Oh, yeah, the next day.
And the first thing I said when they walked in, I met her. I hugged everybody, gave everybody a handshake. I sat at the top of the table, and my director started talking. I was like, before we start the interview, I just want to let you guys know. Yesterday, I just found out I was pregnant.
Yeah, they hired her.
And she was like, that's totally fine. And it was great. So, Christmas. So, that was around a little after Thanksgiving. So, on Christmas, we surprised that we bought all these little things, these little words and sayings on these cards. And we was like, we're going to play a game. Because everybody came back down. So we gave everybody a card and we told them to flip it over and read it out loud. Everybody flipped it over and read it out loud, and didn't nobody understand not a thing on it.
Nothing. And it was like, and Briana had this whole vision in her mind. She thought this was about to be the viral video.
Man.
Nope, that video went straight to the trash.
It literally says, it said,
I'm about
Big Brother coming August 18th, August 2018.
Yeah, it was like new big brother, new big sister.
Nana and all that.
It was like it said new Grammy, new Nana, and it was like, well, what does this even mean?
Like what game is this? Read it.
It was dumb. It didn't make sense.
Yeah, it was better off just taking pictures.
Yeah, it didn't make sense.
She put that ultrasound on my belly.
She was like, "Did y'all not want to know the sex of the baby?" I said, "Well, it's too late now."
Right, you might as well tell us now.
Well, I've seen enough of these to know what the sex is.
Tootie has legs cocked open like this, and his penis was like this.
And then he started kicking. He had the nerve to start kicking the sonic ultrasound little joint. He started kicking it like
the probe.
Oh, that's all you.
But as she doing it, all you seeing is his penis. It's like this.
That's when I knew he was gonna be a piece of work.
Yeah.
And then the whole time she was pregnant, they was telling her, "Well, your due date is August."
4 weeks. No,
your due date is August the 5th, August 1st. But you're gonna have the baby 4 weeks early.
Because he was measuring 4 weeks bigger. That's what they kept saying.
So we're thinking he's gonna either be born
the 4th of July.
The 4th of July on our nephew's birthday or my birthday. Money was out. I said my birthday. We went to Cleveland for my cousin's wedding. And everybody was like, "Oh, you about to have that baby. Mm-hmm. Oh, you gonna dance that baby out."
I was trying my hardest, yo.
That baby did not come. My baby was so miserable. That was probably the most miserable I ever seen. It was it was a hot summer.
I used to call
that
my
was
manager.
In summer 2018. That summer was so hot.
I remember I used to call Jen every morning. I'm just like, I can't do it no more. I can't get up. She was like, just work from home. What I'm gonna do from home?
Yeah, it was bad.
I'm coming in.
But I gotta give her credit because from day one she said, "I'm gonna have a natural birth," and I said, "Oh, you tripping."
Nope, I was like, I need to give me a reason not to have another one.
But when she had it, that was probably the strongest I've ever seen her. Because unlike him, she pushed Tootie out. Okay, and she hit the nose. She pushed Tootie out.
Yo,
she got him up out of there, and he slid on out with 2 whole teeth.
Yeah.
That boy was born with 2 teeth. He was born with 2 of them things.
They was already up and cut through already.
They said it's 1 in 1,000 babies.
1 in 2,000.
Yeah, 1 in 2,000 babies are born with teeth already cutting, and we just happen to have.
That's because he was found 4 days late.
Yeah, he was in there. He was supposed to come out 4 weeks early. He came out 4 days late. As you guys can see, having children when you're young, not only young in age but young in your marriage, can be tough, but at the same time it's delightful.
Yeah,
honestly,
it's a lot of push through it.
Some in some cases I don't think we would have made it through certain situations if it wasn't for the kids binding us together, because it was something inside of me that always told me that I never wanted to break my family up. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't gonna let that happen. And even though I was doing the stupid stuff that I was doing, I knew I had to change. So kids helped me grow up. Having kids made me. It didn't help me. It forced me to grow up. Because if I would have kept doing what I was doing, I probably would have been a deadbeat dad. I probably would have been somewhere doing something stupid, not what I was supposed to. But having kids grew me up. But
whereas me, I was already grown.
But the take on having children is that honestly, the myth behind children is that when you have children, you have to give away all your dreams. Mm-mm. What I want everybody that's watching this to realize is this: when you have children, they become your why, not your why not. Your children become your why, not your why not. Now, what do I mean by that? Everything you do, you should be doing to build a legacy for your children, but you should not be using your children as an excuse not to build a legacy for them. So don't say, "Oh, I gotta watch my kids. I don't got a babysitter. I can't come and figure out this opportunity. I can't start a business because I got kids. It's gonna be too hard." Mm-hmm. Everything that we do is literally for them. Like every risk in our relationship that I've ever taken has been for our children.
Yeah.
Parenthood is hard.
It is definitely
And
hard.
if you're not a parent, I don't expect you to understand. I expect you to
respect.
not that's not the word I'm looking for. I mean, it's kind of the word I'm looking for, but that's not the word I'm looking for. I don't expect you to fully understand what parenting what parenting is, because it takes a lot of work, because you can't not only love each kid the same way, you can't raise each kid the same way.
Correct.
You have to become a person that's willing to adjust to circumstances, because what makes him tick is not what makes her tick.
Correct.
What makes her tick is not what makes Tootie tick. Like, Brooklyn might be extremely great at these things, but weak in these things, while Tony is extremely strong in the things that Brooklyn is weak in, and Tony is extremely weak in the things that Brooklyn is strong in. Every child is different. If you have children in your marriage and you're finding it hard to navigate marriage life through parenthood, the best thing advice I can give you: talk to your children. Because from what I've seen and from my experience, a lot of people don't know how to parent their kids because they don't talk to them.
That's right.
They don't understand. We have conversations with the kids all day. They don't do nothing but talk. So you might as well find out some information that's useful while they're talking.
I got another one thing when it comes to being in a relationship and having kids. You and your spouse need to agree on discipline.
Say it again. Wait. Because I don't know how to work the rewind thing on the edit. You gotta say that again. That's a good one.
When it comes to being in a relationship and having kids, you and your spouse need to agree on discipline. How are you going to discipline your kids? If you're going to discipline your kids, and if you say something to Charlie horse still ain't gone. If you say something to the kid, will it offend me or vice versa? So that's very important.
So, since this is our Mother's Day special, we getting ready to close. Since this is our Mother's Day special, Brooklyn, what is it that you love most about your mother? And don't say the stuff she buys you. I want some real sentiment behind this. You know what I mean by sentiment?
Yes.
What do I mean by sentiment?
No.
I don't know what it is.
It means emotion, feeling. Think about it. What is it that makes your mother the best mother for you?
That she was in cheerleading and she taught me how to do gymnastics before I even did it.
That's your favorite part?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I'll take it. All right. What's one thing about your wife that you can't live without?
I can't say that on there. That's something. I can't say, and I can't say it in the room amongst. No, but one thing that she does that I honestly can't live without, that I can't live without, is the sentiment, like the emotions. Like I'm not an emotional person.
You're not.
I'm not
You emotionally unstable.
I'm not a romantic person. I don't cry.
Yes, you do.
Like I only. Just like you think I'm ticklish, Brooklyn.
Okay, wait.
I don't really cry. Like it's something has to like hit me to cry. She taught me how to open my emotions. And I think with her teaching me how to open my emotions, that's how I found a way to learn to love my children on another level, and not just love them because I'm their dad and I'm supposed to, but love them as not only a father, but a mentor, sometimes a friend, sometimes a coach, sometimes a disciplinarian. Carry the same love over different avenues of raising them. And I think the only way I was able to attain that type of emotion was by her teaching me how to open up my heart and be a real emotional person. Baby over here struggling
Yo.
with this Mother's Day Charlie horse.
Yo, I ain't never had a Charlie horse this long. But so one thing that I love about my mother was something that she's always taught me, and she didn't necessarily ever have to say it, just by her actions. My mother has always been a very actionable person. And she never really had to tell me or like certain things. She never really had to physically teach me. The thing that I love most about my mother is she's always taught me showed me strength and to always figure it out. And there's always going to be a way. And it just came naturally to me just by seeing her do all the things that she do. Like my mom did a lot of things that she didn't have to do, but she did it just because it was always the right thing to do. Like she took care of people. She took care of some of my friends. She took care of some of my friends and their siblings. So, and she never was like, why I don't need to do that. I don't need to do that, Briana. Yana. Like she never was ever just that type of person. She always figured out a way. My mom took in so many of my family, so many. She probably touched almost all of my cousins in some way, some shape or fashion, and she made a difference for a lot of people. Like it's not one person that can say they was not blessed by my mother. So I think that's one thing that I personally have learned. I've also had a few other mentors in my life. Tony's mom, Tony's grandma, my sister. Like my sisters, like they've all shown me different things. So starting with my oldest sister, Mook, she was like my second mom. She helped raise me. She helped take care of me. She helped guide me. She helped dress me, do my hair, all the things. Like she helped with the foundation. My sister Letha, she's gone, but she taught me how to hustle. Okay, you ain't gonna never out hustle my sister ever. You ain't gonna never out hustle her. Like she always gonna figure it out. Tony's mom, she showed me how to not only work hard but to love even harder. She loves everybody. She sees the good in everybody. And I've learned that like for me it was always like I don't always see the good in everybody. I can see some, but that's something that she's always taught me. You can see the good in every single person. And grandma, let me tell you, that's been she's been in my life for, out of the 13 years we've been together, she's been in my life very close to me for like 11, 12 years. Like that's been my rock. Like I have been able to call on her for everything. And though I know that Tony is her baby, I can still call on her and not that I can say she took my side, but yes, she would take my side. But, and that's why I made sure that, we continue to have that relationship. And I seen the way that my mother always told me, like, how a man treats his mom and grandmother, like, that shows a lot. She said it a few times, but she ain't said a lot because, my mom was one of those people like, oh, a man ain't nothing but bye. But the way a man treats his mom and the way he treats his grandmother is everything. So when I seen the way Tony treated his mom and his grandmother, I knew that they were very important in his life. So it was important for me. This is a conversation that we had a few weeks ago. It was important for me to have that strong relationship as well. So, and if my mama didn't like Tony, it wasn't going to be no Briana and Tony. If my family didn't like me or his family didn't like me.
It's hard not to like Tony. Everybody likes
Whatever. My allergies on 10.
It's hard not to
so
like me.
it,
Even
like,
people that don't like me try to figure out a way why they don't like me. Never can come up with it.
So it, that's Mother's Day is such a great time, and it also can be a sad time because a lot of people, they didn't have that mother figure, or their mother is gone, or their mother wasn't in their life. But it's also a good time to remember that it doesn't have to be physically your mother, but it's your mentor. Who was your mentor? Who did you look up to? And to always remember those memories, because those memories will last forever. don't forget about the memories. A lot of people, once people are gone, if they are gone, they forget to stop talking about the memories. You have to continue to have those conversations, because naturally we forget things. Naturally, those memories die away. But if you don't continue to have the conversations, if you don't continue to talk about it, then of course that person is going to die away. And when it comes down to you to actually remember those memories, you won't remember it because you haven't talked about it. So it's important to talk and to live those memories and live those dreams and continue to have those conversations. And I'm so thankful to be a mama. Like, though I say I never wanted kids, I am so blessed and I'm highly favored. Okay, my kids are some of the best kids you ever walking this earth. And I'm not saying it because they my kids, but I can be a little biased, but my babies are awesome. Okay, they are honor roll students. They're perfect attendance. They love each other, even though they fight. They got each other back.
I'm number proud of
And
these kids.
it's not only my three. It's not just about my three. It's about their friends. It's about their cousins. That, you know, like everybody has a good relationship. So,
Well, we gotta wrap it up, but
you know, it is. It has been an hour 15.
Mother's Day is pretty much special to me because I was raised by women.
You was what?
I was raised by women.
Mm-hmm.
My father passed when I was 15, but even before he passed, the majority of the lessons I learned was from women.
Mm-hmm.
I was raised by literally nothing but women. The closest people in my life for probably the first 17 years of my life, outside of my father, were women. Women raised me. Everything I am to this day is because of every woman in my life. My grandmother, my mother, my aunts, my cousins, my wife, the women that came into my life after I left the city of Cleveland. You know, Moog, Brooklyn.
Yes.
Everything I am is because of a woman. Man, you know, a lot of men don't really appreciate or honestly really understand how important a woman is to their life, because first and foremost, you came from a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Just think about that. You came from a woman. So above all else, they deserve your respect simply because you came from a woman.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't, like, all the other stuff is nonsense. We ain't gonna talk about all the stuff. Just from just that standpoint, you came from a woman. Mm-hmm. Women are pretty much the most powerful creatures walking the face of the earth.
Amen.
Because they endure so much. Me as a man, I don't try to over endure to top women, because I know that women have another gear that they can shift into. One thing I didn't know that women are like physically stronger when they're on their period. I didn't know that until I was working out with women. And they was like, yeah, women are stronger when they're on their period. That is like something men don't have. Men can't click into a second gear a week out of a month. Mm-hmm. We got what we got. Women are magical. Mm-hmm. Men and women. I don't care if you ain't talked to your parent or your mother, your grandmother, your aunt in years. I don't know what the situation is. It's 2021. Mm-hmm. COVID didn't hit us hard. The death toll is higher than it's ever been. Please reconnect with your mother. Mm-hmm. Above all else, connect with your mother, because that's the only person that honestly, after even a father, that's why I don't get upset when my kids say that they might love their mother more than me, because I get it.
Because they do.
I understand it.
Because they do.
A mother's love is a different type of love. You would never ever get a love stronger than your mother. Mm-hmm. That's your first love. I don't care who you are. Your mother's your first love, especially for a boy.
That's right.
Your mother's the first love. So, happy Mother's Day to each and every single mother out there. Mm-hmm. And if you're pregnant right now, you're a mother also. Mm-hmm. So, happy Mother's Day to you. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers that have lost children. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers that have gone on to glory. Mm-hmm. I appreciate you. me personally as a man, I appreciate all the mothers. I love all mothers. I thank God for mothers, because if it wasn't for mothers, there wouldn't be no such thing as procreation. That's about it. That's all I got. What y'all got? Y'all got anything else? Y'all want to shout somebody out? This is the only time you gonna shout somebody out on me and your mama's show. So you better do it and do it right. You got anybody you want to shout out?
Come on. Here go my other son.
We got a little nephew that just want to be all in the camera. little pretty boy over here. But that's our show. We not gonna shout out no businesses this week.
Y'all ain't gonna shout out nothing?
I don't know.
Who one of your favorite people? Auntie Courtney.
She on here somewhere.
Who you want to shout out?
Auntie Moo.
Auntie Moo. All right.
And Jerome Gore.
He wasn't getting the camera, so you had to give his whole
Come
government.
on, Mo. Come on. Get to your grandma. Come on, Mo.
Well, we're not gonna shout no businesses out this week because it's Mother's Day. It's a special.
Come on.
We did shout out Grammy. My mama Pam. I just said she was the best mother ever.
Right here.
She turned me into the man I am today.
Come on. Here come our big baby, our new big baby.
This the big one. The Lord.
We just fall apart over here. Jamal, what you guys say? Who you want to shout out?
Grandma.
Hey.
See?
And Diamond, she pregnant too.
Hey, happy first Mother's Day.
Happy first Mother's Day, Miss
To my
Diamond.
niece, my first great niece. I don't even know if it's gonna be a boy or a girl. My first great
child.
I guess. Yeah. Niece or nephew.
I want to shout out to Lil Tom.
What up? That's it.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us today. Like, subscribe, share. The most important part of all of that is view our videos. If you have any questions, concerns, send us emails. Ask us questions that we can answer on the show. Next week we may be having another guest, so you want to stick around. Every Friday, 7 p.m., same place, same time, Facebook Live. Tuesday at 12 p.m., the edited version of our video with the bells and whistles, the ins and outs, and all of that good stuff, broken down into all the meat and potatoes of today, will be uploaded on YouTube.
Hey.
That's our time. My name is Antonio.
My name is Briana.
And we are the Levisons. Have fun. Be safe. Happy Mother's Day. See y'all next Friday.
Peace.